Hi everyone, my name is Lakesh and today I'm going to show you the perfect conditional. Prior knowledge required, so I'm expecting when teaching the past conditional that you already know how to conjugate avoir and être in the conditional tense. I'm also expecting you to know how to conjugate irregular and irregular verbs in the perfect tense fluently. If you know these two grammar concepts, learning the past conditional will actually be really easy for you because the past conditional is essentially a combination of these two grammar concepts. So if you're not 100% sure on these two grammar concepts, I highly urge you to just stop this video, go find the relevant video, and review it and master the content in those videos. Because if you do, the rest of this video will be quite easy for you. So let's crack on. So when do we use the past conditional? Let's describe something you would have done. So the English equivalent is like, I would have played tennis. She would have hated me if I did that. I would have read. They would have done their homework. So whenever you've done would have plus something, that is when you need to use the past conditional in French. Okay, so just a quick review. How do we conjugate a verb in the past tense? So I have drank. The verb involved here is boire, which is to drink. Boire isn't a Mrs. Van der Tramp verb, so we're going to use avoir. The personal pronoun is I, so we're going to use the je form of the present of avoir, which is j'ai. So that's the first half of the conjugation done. Second half, past participle. Boire is sadly irregular, so we just have to recall the past participle for boire, which is bu. And we ask ourselves, do we have to add any agreements? No, it's not an actual verb, so we just completely forget about agreements. So that's it. Past conditional. It's the exact same, except instead of using the present of avoir être, you use the conditional of avoir être. So if you want to say something like I would have drank, we know that would have plus something requires you to use the past conditional. The verb involved here is boire, so we have to conjugate boire in the past conditional. Boire is not a Mrs. Van der Tramp verb, so we're going to have to use the conditional of avoir. The personal pronoun here is je, so the conditional of avoir in the je form is j'aurais. So that's the first half of the conjugation done. Second half is the past participle of the verb boire. Sadly, boire isn't regular, so we can't use these regular past participle rules, so we just need to recall the regular past participle for boire, which is bu. It's not an être verb, so we don't need to add agreement. So if you've been paying close attention, what you would have noticed is that conjugating a verb in the past conditional is the exact same as conjugating a verb in the past, except for the fact that you're just using the conditional of avoir être instead of the present of avoir être. Okay, so let's go through another conjugation. If we want to translate, we would have died. So we would have died, the verb involved there is mourir, which is the verb to die. We would have died, so it's we would have something, which means we have to use the past conditional. We have to use the past conditional mourir to be exact. Mourir is a Mrs. Van der Tramp verb, it's the M of Mrs. Van der Tramp, so we're going to use the conditional of être. Pronoun is nous, so we're going to use the new form of the conditional of être, which is nous serions here. So that's the first half of conjugation done. The second half is the past participle of verb. Our verb here is mourir. Mourir isn't regular, sadly, so we just have to recall the regular past participle for mourir, which is mort. And then we have to ask ourselves, do we need to add agreements? Yes, we do, because mourir is an être verb. It is a Mrs. Van der Tramp verb. And then pronoun is plural. Pronoun is we, so it is plural. We have to add that extra s. If in the group we're referring to here is full of goals, we'll have to add an extra e as well. Thank you very much. I hope this video clearly explains to you when to use the past conditional, how to conjugate a verb in the past conditional. Good luck in your French studies. Thank you very much for watching.